released a report in February 2019 analyzing the same data, stating the NHTSA conclusion was not well-founded. 297. Part of the data verification included scrutiny of the 43,781 vehicles NHTSA claimed had autosteer installed. Of those, only 5,714 had an exact odometer reading at the time that autosteer was installed and airbag deployment data. Collectively, the data for those 5,714 vehicles showed 32 airbag deployments in the 42,001,217 mi, 67,594,407 km traveled before installation, and 64 airbag deployments in the 52,842,182 mi, 85,041,249 km after. 298. That means the crash rate, as measured by the rate of airbag deployments per million miles of travel, actually increased from 0.76 to 1.21 after the installation of autosteer. 299. An increase of 59%. 298. Starting in 2018, Tesla began publishing safety statistics on a quarterly basis. 300. The data have been difficult to interpret, as the actual crash counts, baseline mileage, and basic definition of a crash are not available. 301. 3. In February 2020, Andrej Karpathy, Tesla's head of AI and computer vision, stated that Tesla cars have driven 3 billion miles on autopilot, of which 1 billion have been driven using Navigate on autopilot. Tesla cars have performed 200,000 automated lane changes, and 1.2 million smart summon sessions have been initiated with Tesla cars. 302. He also stated that Tesla cars are avoiding pedestrian accidents at a rate of tens to hundreds per day. 303. The company abruptly stopped publishing safety statistics after 2021, leading to speculation that after NHTSA issued Standing General Order 2021-01 in June 2021, requiring manufacturers to report detailed crash statistics, the number of reported crashes was growing far faster than Tesla's sales growth. 300. Tesla resumed publishing statistics in January 2023. 304. The first comparable safety statistics using full self-driving were released in March 2023. Tesla stated that vehicles operating under FSD experienced a crash that deployed the airbag approximately every 3.2 million miles, compared to all crashes with airbag deployment reported to the police, which occur approximately every 0.6 miles. 305. Additionally, a statistical analysis first published as a preprint in 2021, 301, and in final form in 2023, 306, criticize it self-reported Tesla crash rate data, as it failed to account for vehicle owner demographics as well as the types of roads on which autopilot was being operated. 301. 3. While the government baseline crash rate used as a Tesla accident rates according to its self-published report, 2. Autopilot engaged yes. No. Year /quarter, reported as millions of miles driven per accident, so higher numbers imply a lower rate of accidents. 2018 Q33.351.92 Q42.841.23219 Q12.881.24 Q23.241.40 Q33.851.56 Q43.111.482020 Q14.861.45 Q25.081.60 Q43Q35.091.78 Q43.761.262021 Q14.640.984 Q24.941.36 Q35.541.58 Q44.351.5222022 Q16.571.21 Q25.101.54 Q36.261.71 Q44.851.40 Comparison drew from vehicles of all ages, operating on roads ranging from highways, rural roads, and city streets. Tesla vehicles are relatively new and Autopilot is limited to operations on freeways and highways. 300. When adjusted for driver age and road type, Autopilot crash rates were found to be nearly the same as using active safety features only. 301. Fig.4 An MIT study published in September 2021 found that Autopilot is not as safe as Tesla claims, and led to drivers becoming inattentive. 307. 308. General concerns. The National Transportation Safety Board, NTSB, criticized Tesla's lack of system safeguards in a fatal 2018 Autopilot crash in California. 309, and for failing to foresee and prevent predictable abuse of Autopilot. 310, 311. Following this collective criticism amid increased regulatory scrutiny of ADAS systems, especially Tesla Autopilot. 312. In June 2021, NHTSA announced an order requiring automakers to report crashes involving vehicles equipped with ADAS features in the United States. 313. Driver monitoring. Musk stated in October 2015 that we're advising drivers to keep their hands on the wheel when Autopilot is engaged. Despite this, multiple videos were posted to YouTube at the time showing drivers using Autopilot to drive hands-free, including Musk's ex-wife Talia Riley. 314. Other drivers have been found sleeping at the wheel, driving under the influence of alcohol, and performing other inappropriate tasks with Autopilot engaged. 315. 316. As initially released, the Autopilot system uses a torque sensor to detect if the driver's hands were on the steering wheel. 317. 318, and gives audible and visual warnings for the driver to take the wheel when no torque is detected, but several owners confirmed they could drive for several minutes hands-free before receiving a warning. 314. At least one device designed to defeat the torque sensor was ordered by NHTSA to discontinue sales in 2018. 319. Initially, Tesla decided against adding more advanced driver monitoring options to ensure drivers remained engaged with the driving task. 320. In late May 2021, a new version of the software enabled driver-facing cameras inside new Model 3 and Model Y, i.e. the first cars as part of the switch to Tesla Vision, to monitor driver attentiveness while using Autopilot. 321. Model S and Model X cars made before 2021 do not have an inside camera and therefore physically cannot offer such capabilities, although the refreshed versions are expected to have one. 322. A review of the in-cabin camera-based monitoring system by Consumer Reports found that drivers could still use Autopilot even when looking away from the road or using their phones, and could also enable FSD beta software with the camera covered. 323. In 2022, Musk agreed to a proposal on Twitter that users with more than 10,000 miles on FSD beta should be given the option to turn off the steering wheel lag. 324. Saying the system would be updated in January 2023. 325. 326. In April, Musk confirmed the nag was being reduced gradually. 327. That June, a hacker discovered FSD beta had an undocumented mode which disables all driver monitoring. 328. Gensler wrote a letter to Tesla under the authority of EA 22-002 on the 26th of July, noting the new mode could lead to greater driver inattention and failure of the driver to properly supervise autopilot. The letter was attached as special order requesting when software was updated with the hidden mode, detailed steps or conditions required to unlock that mode, and the reasons why Tesla issued the updates. 329. An officer from Tesla must respond by August 25. 330. Detecting stationary vehicles at speed. Autopilot may not detect stationary vehicles. The manual states, traffic-aware cruise control cannot detect all objects and may not brake forward/decelerate for stationary vehicles, especially in situations when you are driving over 50 miles per hour, 80 kilometers per hour, and a vehicle you are following moves out of your driving path and a stationary vehicle or object is in front of you instead. 331. This has led to numerous crashes with stopped emergency vehicles. 300.
Yes. I need to charge the camcorder and cook some food. It's 6 p.m. So that's a lot of information. So I record 90 minutes. I will charge the camcorder. Then I will start uploading. Then I will cook some hot foods. I will watch the Danish evening news in half an hour.